Hello, happy Sunday.
Happy
How are we
Sunday.
doing, guys? Happy Sunday to you. It's 7 p.m. here. It's the evening. How are you guys?
Yeah, and here it is 2:18 p.m. So it's
Okay,
still
so
afternoon. I just
afternoon.
finished church service, and like I told you earlier, I'm like tired. I'm feeling sleepy. But I'm like, there are some important people that are waiting for us that we need to go and say hi to and share some stuff with. So here I am today because we know you guys out there, you're very important.
Oh, yes, you guys are very important to us, even on Sunday, because on Sunday we usually don't do anything, no business, just church and family, and we relax. But we've dedicated the next 30 days to you guys. So here we are today. So today we'll make it very brief so that we can get on with the rest of our weekend, guys. So today we'll be talking about faith and business, how we balance both.
Hmm.
That to us, we are no different from our faith. And business, we kind of like merge it together. So we're going to talk about how we be who we are and then still do our business with our faith and things like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of minutes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to share the screen. It's a very short slide, but I'm sharing that with you guys so that at least you can follow along. And just like Mo has shared, we're going to be talking about faith and business and really how we balance both. So over to you, Mo.
Yeah. So just go on to the next slide. So this is the first thing we're going to talk about. How do we usually start our day? As you can see on the screen, it says in Proverbs 16:3, commit your action to the Lord and your plan will succeed. So the first thing when we wake up on a normal day is we start our quiet time. We start with prayer. I'll speak of myself and then Bimz can go. So I start with
Mhm.
prayer. I start with worship, commit my day to the Lord, define my goals, what I need to do, and commit everything to the Lord, and then just stay still in His presence, do what I need to do, pray if I have like any post I need to do, whatever I need to do that week or that day, I pray about it, ask for inspiration, ask for ideas. I just stay still in His presence, and that's just how I start my days. I start with Him, and then it gives me so much peace that fine. It doesn't mean that things won't go wrong. It doesn't mean that everything will go perfectly. But once you start your day right, you start with God, and then you have the strength to go through the storm, whatever it
Mhm.
is, you're ready for it. So that's how we start our day. When it comes to faith and business, is like kind of like matched together. It is like who we are. We are our faith and our business is kind of matched together. So how do you see it
Absolutely.
from your own perspective, Bims?
Yeah, so I think it's just like yours too. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is set aside time every single day to have that quiet meditation with God, right? I take time to pray. I take time to worship. Sometimes I listen to some worship songs or deep songs that just puts me in that mood or that being in the presence of God, right? And then I go into a time of studying the Word of God,
Yeah.
and then pray. I have a prayer list that I follow, and then if there are other things that probably are on my heart, I pray about it. Funny enough, today in church, what was spoken about was having plans, and not just having plans, but making sure that in your plans, God is like the foundation. God is involved. God is the end. Like God is everything. And so this is something that I do every single day. And it helps me to start my day with purpose and not just going into the day, okay, what exactly am I doing? And you just how you just go and you now realize that, oh, okay, there's something off today. So
Exactly.
for me, it's so important that I start my day that way. And that also, I would also say, not just my day, but anything that I plan on doing, it's so important for me to put it in God's hands. No matter how small the project is or big the project is, I make sure that I lay my plans before Him, and ask for guidance, and tweak things where I need to, and just make sure it aligns with God. So that's that's how I start my day. And so
Okay.
on the next slide here, he says that challenges of balancing both. This is what I would say, and this is how I have come to be. My faith is who I am. My business is what I do. My faith is, everything about me, right? So it's not about, okay, this one is on one pendulum and this one is on another pendulum, right? My faith drives everything, whether it's my work, my family, my social life, my business, whatever it is that I do. And that is the foundation. So I know, yes, at the beginning, of my entrepreneurial journey, that's okay, balance, you want to do this, you want to do that. How do you balance it? And I had to come to that center that there's no balance here. This is what drives everything, my faith. And so I don't have to pick one for the other, put one on one side, put another one. The faith is the center, and then every other thing goes alongside. So um, even when sometimes I maybe put more energy on my business or on my work or other things, I always recenter, I come back to the source, because really at the end of the day, it's God that enables you to do everything that you do. It's God that enables you to make wealth. It's God that enables you to be successful. And so that is my center. And that is how I am able to go through each and every day, with all the responsibilities that I have, including managing and building my digital business. What challenges do you face more when it comes to faith and
Yeah,
business?
that's the thing. You've said it all, that our faith is who we are really, and then our business is like that's what we do. So sometimes it's a bit hard. Well, at the onset of my business, when I started my entrepreneurial journey, it was a bit challenging, or sometimes I find it challenging because uh I get like carried away because I'm thinking my business is new and you're trying to like come up with ideas. And I'm so bad that when I pray and I spend time with God, that's when all the ideas come, all those
Mm,
ideas, all those things come. And sometimes I get carried away because, when the idea just pops in your head and then you start following that line of thoughts and
yeah.
then you're writing it down, developing it, and then you forget that, God, I'm actually in your presence. I'm having conversations with you. I'm praying and then at the onset, it was very challenging because it was new. So I was trying to come up with ideas, and my ideas come when I'm praying, as in like
Mm,
100% of the time. So I had to like learn how to like stop it and pull myself back and then go back to it later. But then at the onset, it was very challenging. I just roll with the flow. I'm like, oh my gosh, God has dropped this idea into my hand, and then I roll with it, and then I forget because the time just rolls by. But then after a while, I realized that I haven't had much time. I haven't spent much time with God, and then the burnout comes. I'm like, yes,
mm,
I do really need you now, God. As in, I think I need a break from all the, oh my gosh, this is the new idea. Let me try this. Let me check this. Let me do that. Let me do this. And then I know
yeah.
that, yes, God, I do need you. I hands up. I don't even want any ideas now. I just want to spend time in your presence. And
Yeah.
then you come back refreshed, repurposed, and everything, which is really good. So that was one of the things I learned at the onset of my entrepreneurial journey, that because my ideas come from place of praise, praise of prayer, praise of worship. So I need to learn to like hold that thought and then just focus on what I'm
Hmm.
doing, But now I've mastered that. So if you guys are out there too, you face challenges like that, you just need to learn how to like refocus it. And like Bim said, Bim's like she knows how to do it now, because she struggled at the beginning, but now she knows how to figure it out. So exactly, I was like that too at the beginning, because it's challenging. But now we just like learn to figure it out and
Yeah.
spend time with
Yeah,
God.
and I think we're all work in progress. So
Yeah,
it's not like, oh, I figured it all out. There are days that I wake up and I just zoom into action. Oh, the kids need to get to school. Oh, I
yeah,
need to sort this one out. Oh, there's this prospect that has been calling. I need to reach out to, or this email I need to send out, or whatever it is, right? But I think just always having that sense of connection with God, that,
yeah,
okay, pause. It's not all about doing, 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 doing. There are times
yeah,
that you need to connect with God, because at the end of the day, you might do 1,001 thing and you still don't move forward. But it is God that enables you to do all these things. There are times in my business that I can tell you, there are times in my business that nothing is working at that time. you know I'm not getting people, talking about, get wanting to know more about the business. I'm not getting action takers. Nothing is happening. But guess what? In those times, God has still come through, because I've always had to just surrender, even in when everything is like, God, nothing happening, nothing this. But in those times, that is when you just hear somebody and tell you, hi Bims, we talked a while ago, but I think right now I'm ready to learn more about this business and get started. And you're like, whoa, where did this come from? So that just keeps centering me back to God, that He is the source. He's the one that does everything, right? And that keeps me going. And that keeps me going. If you're in business and your
yeah,
faith, whether, faith, meaning you could be a Christian, you could be a Muslim, whatever faith you are, please share it with us how you're able to manage life in general, as well as entrepreneurship and your faith. Share some tips with us. We'd like to know what you do. So, we have a few practical ways that you can balance both, or will I say, imbibe both or combine both in your life, and make sure that one doesn't suffer. Here we have, you don't have to choose one over the other. You are called to do both. Absolutely. And I think I already, spoke about that
yes,
earlier,
you already
that
did.
your faith is who you are, and every
Mhm.
other thing, whether it's business, whether it's work, whether it's family, is what you do. So that helps you to always, have that center. Mo.
Yeah, so the next one says faith is not separate from business, it's the foundation, which is so true. God is our foundation, He's the one that gives us the power to make wealth. So it's not separate from our business. Without our faith, our business is most times is like it's not really what is it should be. So that's the amazing thing about our business, because it is attraction marketing. And Bims and I,
Mm-hmm.
in for the short time we've known each other, we've met so many people that come to do business with us because of our faith. They
Yep.
come say that, oh my gosh, you're a Christian. Can you tell me about Jesus? Can you tell me about your business and things like that? So
Mm-hmm.
I will carry our faith with us wherever we go. So that's another thing. It's not separate from our business. We are still people of faith, and then we still do business. So faith is
Absolutely.
our foundation of it.
Yes, and the final tip here is that you can be bold about your faith and build a thriving business. I say 100% about that.
Yeah,
Just to touch on what you said, our business is more, showcasing our lives, to letting people know that you may be this, you may be that, but you can still thrive in the business, field, or in the digital space as a
yeah,
business owner. And so I come out here all the time. I talk about my faith in God. I talk about, how I raise my kids, how we share different Bible scriptures with them. There were times that I used to share about our, devotional as a family, and still talk about my business. So, you can be bold about your faith and still build a thriving business. Like I said, it's who you are, and your business is really what you do and how you are using it to make an impact in other people's lives. Because our business is really to help other people see that they can start something legitimate in the online space and live a thriving life and use that business as well to be able to build kingdom wealth that
Yeah.
is going to help, the kingdom of God or the church or, different causes out there that God even expects you to do. So, Mo, what would you have to say, with everything we've spoken about as we wrap up this afternoon or this
Well, I'm
evening?
just gonna say that you guys be bold about your faith, whatever it is, whatever your faith is, be bold about it. You can thrive with it, and then just remember, God first. He's the foundation, and do not burn out. Learn to take days of rest. Like Sunday, we usually say is our, well, you can be your do your Shabbat on any day where it's just gonna be your faith and your family. Just rest, no business, nothing. Just bask in His presence, and take it all in and rest. Do not burn out, guys. So I guess that's just it from me for today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Christiana, we see you. Thank you so much for joining in. And for those who are going to be watching the replay, please still comment. We want to hear from you how you're able to combine or balance your faith and your business together, or your work, whatever it is that you do. We would like to know. And we leave you once again with this saying: even as you
Yeah,
hustle into a new week, don't just hustle, build with
be with
purpose. See you
purpose.
guys tomorrow, and thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you
joining.
guys. Bye for now.
Bye.